I think I went into this one probably much more calmer than I have been in previous years. It's the fourth time I've been here. Finished 3 times, finished every year faster, and had no real major issues in the previous ones. So, I was in a pretty good headspace, feeling very chilled, very relaxed. Let's start rolling around. I said at the end of 2023 that I wouldn't come back. And then my mate, who I was originally doing this as a pair with, asked if I would do it with him and take him on his first ultra experience. And unfortunately, he pulled out a bit last minute for circumstances out of my control and out of his control. And that unfortunately meant a real change of plan.
Thanks, man. And good luck in the race.
The change of plan last minute kind of like shook me up a bit and kind of left me a bit unsure, I guess, of what to do. So I went into it still very calm, but kind of going, well, whatever happens, happens. Like, I'll just ride until I don't want to ride and try and enjoy myself on my own. It's a change of mindset, which I wasn't necessarily prepared for, but it is what it is, hey? You can't control it. Felt pretty good to start with, took it really easy. I think a lot of people go really hard at the start, and that probably does a bit of damage to people later on in the race. Like, it's a marathon, not a sprint, it's a long event. And felt pretty good. Was riding with some friends and sort of enjoying that as well. You haven't seen in a while, and it's just a great opportunity to see them again.
It is the start of Badlands 2024, and it's already fucking hot. Sweaty. First climb's about 20 kilometers. I don't know how far up we are, but I've got good company. So yeah, we're just spinning out. Most of the race is broken up already, which is great. I hate the start. Hate the I don't know, it just feels like a lot of pressure when there's loads of people there. And then as soon as it starts to break up, it's much nicer. So yeah, only 700 and something kilometers to go. Hola. Go, go. Toasty. I forgot this climb was as long as it is. Nearly there. Yep. First climb done. First kind of descent done. It's hot. Nice little, well, it wasn't nice, but it was a shock to the system, let's say. It'll be an interesting one. Very casual today. I'm in a t-shirt, of all things. So yeah, I just want to enjoy it. Go ride bikes.
And you like be back.
Carry
Just
everything.
leave whatever you can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Carry everything.
First time?
Fourth time.
Fourth time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm silly.
No, you were like passionate for this.
Wow.
This
Year feels harder than other years have.
Really?
I'm old now.
Oh, that's normal. You're the youngest you will be from now on, so.
Oh yeah, yeah, very true. I like that. The youngest I will be.
So go for it.
I'm walking it this year, mate.
No.
I've ridden it the last two, and kind of I think I rode it because I wanted to prove that I could. And actually, it's way better to walk it. Yes, it's slower, but you don't get to the top feeling like your heart is going to fall out of your chest. And I felt enough of that today already. I want to feel it on this one. Not 100%, shall we say, at the moment. I think it might just be Yeah, it's the first time I've pushed myself since being quite ill, you know? Well, it's fine. It's just a bike ride. Have some food at the top. On va to Gorafe. Do you like that? No. No. Well, should probably carry on. Yeah. I'll see you, I'm sure, in about 5 seconds, Tom. Yeah, I'll catch you, man. Over 100k into the ride now, heading towards Gorafe and the Gorafe village, where I plan to have a proper feed, get some savoury stuff in. I'm struggling a bit with sweet stuff at the moment, weirdly, might be the heat. Yeah, get some proper food in Gorafe when I get there, and then ride into the desert. I really would like to try and get to Gore today, which is 230k, so 130 to go.
As I sort of started to get closer to Gorafe village, and I was really not feeling very good, struggling to eat, struggling to drink. Progressively, as I stopped being able to eat and drink, I was feeling worse and worse and more hollow. And I got to Gorafe village, which is 130 kilometers into the route, sort of sat down at the little bar there, and I thought, this is not good. This isn't going quite how I was hoping or expecting things to go.
I think I'm the most cooked that I've been at this point in the race ever. So my plan is to eat these potatoes, because I'm really struggling to eat, and then carry on and see what happens. I broke the route down into 6, because 6 days is the total time limit. Here is the end of day 1, so I'm ahead of schedule if I continue, and it's 4:45, so I'm going to continue riding. So
the humidity is really high this year, and the UV index was also really high. The temperatures this year were definitely not as high as the 2021 or 2022 edition, but the humidity being so much higher, I think really affected me and how I felt during the race. And my top was wet with sweat, and that's down to the humidity, right? It's more of a thing that the high humidity means you're actually probably dehydrating quicker.
Enjoy the heat. Set it up to that.
I mean,
No biggie.
yeah, I think.
Sucks, it does. This climb sucks. Don't want to do it. I want to sit and watch La Vuelta. Did the climb out of the village into what takes you into the Gorafe Desert, which is one of the, I think, the most iconic and beautiful parts of the whole route. To me, I had, at that point, I had a semi-goal in my head, which was to do the Gorafe loop and then see how I felt. And you go into the deserts, rolling along this undulated landscape, and then descending down into it, and you come through a few little villages. The first one you come into in the Gorafe loop is called Villanueva de la Torres, the full name. We go there, and every time the same people in the bar always have the most warm and welcoming reception, and I've seen them 4 times now. It's like my Spanish family in the desert.
Then muck around with this place. Hey! How are you? I will give you a hug, but...
Very good. Okay. Good friends.
So I got into Villanueva and I sat down and had a bocadillo, tried to eat a bocadillo, and that was a point where I realised that I probably was not in a very good way. I could feel the salt around my face and my arms and just legs everywhere.
I love this place. This is like the highlight.
Okay.
This year is hard, Jack. I think it's
Me too.
struggling.
And just tried to take on some more salt and some more liquids and start. This was a point where I was just really struggling to actually have any form of substance inside me. Really struggling to eat. And then I continued riding my bike.
To the bit.
The loop from Villanueva cuts through a few towns, and then you're kind of very much back in the Garrafe desert loop. And Naomi, myself, Simon and Claire rode into the night until we hit about 200 kilometers. It is 9:10. It's all right. It's definitely cooled down, thankfully.
Hello, Puss Puss. Careful.
A little bit of mud. Peanut butter mud. Not fun. Shoes is the worst, huh? Sleep time. One may have got a bit of heat stroke, so I'm feeling a bit fragile today. So we'll see what happens in the morning. It is about 200 kilometers into the ride, and we're all fucked. So we're all sleeping in our bivvies. Yeah, hard one. See how we get on. Good night. That's when I'd get everything set out, and I just started having the worst cold shivers and just feeling really not very well. So then woke up in the morning, tried to eat something, and within 5 minutes of eating I was sick again. And all that was going through my head at this point was fuck. I mean, that's pretty spectacular, but I'm currently walking up a 2.5k climb because I can't keep anything in my stomach and it is empty. The stretch from where I was to Gore took way longer than it should have taken. Walking up another climb, camera screen has broken. There was a lovely man called Danny at the side who had some Coca-Colas and some food and stuff about 5 kilometers from Gore, and that was a bit of a lifesaver at that point. This man is what's called a road angel. I got into Gore and I was with some people, and then I just couldn't keep up with them. My legs were just hollow, very hollow. I'm not very well.
No.
No.
What's up?
Really struggling to keep food down. And because I can't keep food down, I've just got no energy. I really just feel like shit. So I had this pretty challenging decision to make in Gore, which was, do I continue and potentially get more unwell? Or do I stop and kind of go, it's not meant to be this time? I know what the next section's like from having done this race 3 times previously, and I know how tough and isolated you can be on that one. So it was a tough decision to make, but based on advice from other people and friends, and knowing that I have other things that I want to be able to do this year, I pulled out. I know it is the right decision, but it's still
Hey.
When someone is scratching, there is a mental battle, 50% is like, okay, you are done, just go. The other part of you is, okay, I've been preparing this for 6 months, 10 months, I come from so far away, this is my holidays, there are a lot of investment to be here, but it depends on the people. For example, for Chris, I know he has experience and he knows very well how this works, and he knows very well his body. So, I mean, I try to make easy the decision, but he didn't need my opinion. I mean, he knows a lot about this business. So, but it's good to say you came here 4 times, you finished three times. You know, maybe this makes you appreciate the other 3 times that you finished. For me, I think that, well, numbers will speak later. But I think it has been probably the most difficult, the hardest edition.
So David said scratching and smiling's the right way to do it, not scratching when it's dangerous. And I agree with that. And he said that, oh, you've done it too many times, so you know what's next and you know it's the right decision, which I also agree with. It's done though. Let's go to Marbella. Go on the beach. I think I caught the heat stroke early enough that I've not put myself in a very bad situation, and it means that I can recover better and continue to enjoy things. It's a lovely little bird. Can you hear him? Shh. We're filming.